Hey Raju, how are you? Good to hear. That's excellent. So we finally starting to clear up a bit. So I'll show you guys my little mountain view that I've been holding off on everyone. Let me switch it here. There you go. I don't know if some of you guys have seen. So this is what I actually live. There's this guy, Duke. Hey bud. There's my car. We got stuck there. I couldn't go up the hill. It was very, very slippery yesterday. So I got stuck there. Barely able to make it. I'll put a jacket on and we'll go outside. It was raining yesterday most of the night. It's supposed to be actually sunny today. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully everybody can hear me. I know last time I had some issues with the speaker. So hopefully it's very clear on this end. Hey Duke, don't get yourself wet yet. Okay? Don't get yourself wet, buddy. If you guys can hear me, give me a thumbs up. I just want to make sure the microphone is good. It's not broken because I think we dropped the phone and stopped working last couple days. Just to make sure. Beautiful, can't wait for spring. Yeah, looking forward to it. I think hopefully maybe by next month, I think most of the snow should be melted. I don't see the chickens. I think they are inside. I wonder if the door opened. Hey Duke, where's the chickens? Are they out or stuck inside? Can hear, perfect, okay. Yeah, I gotta check. Let me check the camera here. I gotta make sure the chickens are out. They're not stuck inside. Because due to lack of light, the door sometimes for the chicken doesn't open. Can hear, okay, perfect, that's good. Oh yeah, it is open. And the lights are on. So maybe they're inside cold. I'm gonna go check on them to make sure they're okay. Because I have a little camera inside so I can make sure the door is open. Yeah, we should go check on them. Hey man, how are things? Things are good. Things are good. It's been actually tough for the past week, to be honest with you. Just haven't had good sleep. Been struggling because the weather changes, and Duke kept waking me up like 2-3 times at night because the place got really warm, and I had the wood stove on, and I'm trying to actually get it adjusted. So for the past like 3 days, I haven't turned on the wood stove, so it's been nice and cold in here. So this guy outside, Duke, can actually sleep without waking me up in the middle of the night. But my recovery zone has been really bad for a couple of days just because some of the changes. And yesterday we had a little incident. We had a tree fall. It cut my power line, cut my water line. So yesterday I spent almost 6 hours in the snow to actually reattach my water line, get the power back on again. So everything is working. I just turned on the water this morning and it's nice and clear. It was very muddy due to the issue. I had to cut the tree and remove it. So we had a slight wind shift And some of these trees are quite old, so they start, sometimes we get hit with about 3 or 4 trees every around this season. They actually fall, so you have to be ready with my chainsaw. But other than that, it's not bad, it's good. I'm still trying to get a haircut for the past month and a half, and I'm not able to find anybody in town to cut my hair because there's no hairdresser. Hello, great to see you. Hey Andrew, how are you? I hope you're doing good. We're gonna go outside here. I hope things are well on your end. Staying nice and warm. So overall it's good. I'm just a little bit behind on some of the protocols for everybody, just because I lost power yesterday for a few hours. But we got it up and going. We got the internet back in again. We got the water going again, which is nice. It's amazing what we will do. What we'll do for our furry friends. Furry friends. We do lots for them, trust me. More than enough. Sorry to hear about the tree issue. I'm enjoying Skool very much. Thank you. I really appreciate you, and thanks so much for putting that out there. And I'm glad that everybody's enjoying the Skool. I know sometimes there's a lot of good information on there, and I get a lot of questions. I know they're outside the Skool scope, which is fine. And I do try to respond to everyone as much as possible. Okay, I won't complain about my week. Hey AJ, it's Liliani from Skool. I've exchanged a few messages on Skool. Yeah, I would love to get more people to actually join us from Skool, because you know, I think I have been very generous to everyone on Skool as well too, by responding to everybody with some really good quality information to compare to how I respond to a lot of other places like social media or YouTube. And I do want to give you guys, you know, first priority in responding to a lot of the questions and concerns you guys have. So anybody that joins, you know, for a fact you're gonna get more than what the value is. And I just want to make sure everybody's happy and doing well. And that said, let me show you my little view that you guys haven't seen. So there's my little mountain. That's why I would never leave this place, because it's one of my favorite places, just because of my little beautiful view. Hey Pam, how are you? Skool is amazing. Thank you guys for putting that out there. And you guys know for a fact how much effort I put into it to make sure I respond to everybody. So most of you guys, that every time we're doing live on a Sunday, I think this is the first Sunday in the past probably I don't know, few months that nobody have seen the mountain behind me, because it's always been covered with clouds. So this has been really good today. It's actually cleared up very fast this morning. Hope you're doing well. I'm so jealous of Maurice's view. Hey, don't worry. One day, this is my plan. I'm planning to actually create a retreat here in this location, and I just want to make this retreat for everybody to be accessible. It's gonna take me a little bit of time. I'm hoping that this summer at least I can have one room finished. I'm building it all myself, and it does take me some time. So if I can finish it while I'm actually keeping Duke busy, more than happy to start inviting you guys down here to spend a full week. I'll pick you guys up from the closest airport, and it'll be amazing. Even thought the closest airport was only about 6.5 hour drive, sometimes 7 hours. Maurice, the fatty beef on Carnivore is making my GERD worse. What's some suggestion? Reduce the fat. Reduce the fat. Don't overdo it on the consumption of fat. Lack of bile. Lack of proper acidity in the gut. You have to increase your salt in the morning. Take your salt before your meal so you can prime your gut. We might have to use some hydrochloric acid betaine to increase the acidity, but the whole idea is to reduce that. Reduce the size of the meal. Sometimes a big meal can actually overwhelm our system, and that's why you're gonna get the acid reflux happening. So reduce the meal. Instead of having two big meals, I don't know how many meals you're having, cut it down to about 3 or 4 meals in the beginning, so you can settle a bit. Duke, who's here? There's Duke. He's gonna jump. Where is he? Can you guys see him? Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Who's Duke? Hi Maurice, I've been carnivore for 2 weeks. Years of depression and anxiety has melted away. I've got my mojo back. That's awesome. I could cry. I'm so happy. Thanks for your work, Scott. Hey Scott, I'm glad to happen. And this is an amazing win. And it's funny, you know, the more you're adapted and the more you're actually consume the proper fat to protein ratio, the more calmer your brain feels, the more everything becomes so simple in life. Like you won't have any complexity, you won't have any stress, any depression, any anxiety. Everything just settles down so much and you almost feel grounded and you feel amazing, which is awesome. Let's go down without freaking sliding. There we go. So we're gonna wait for the sun to come out, hopefully soon. I'll be one of the first to visit once your retreat is available. Lani, hey, you're more than welcome. Definitely, I'll keep you guys updated. I know I have, I'm gonna put a small attachment to this, to my little place, but I'm gonna actually put one little retreat in the corner there. And if it does good, and I can at least, you know, break even to kind of have it all ready, then I would have another one. So I'd definitely love to have at least 3 of them going, and it's going to be amazing. So you can wake up every morning and come down and get some fresh chicken, eggs. Maybe we'll even have some goats. Who knows? Anything's possible. And here's Maurice. There is lots of people on about these Kevinson bioregulators. Now some reviews say good, some say do nothing. My friend used the kiloheart avoiding dose guidelines he had in 6 months, and his cardiomyopathy had gone and EF in range with no supplement or medication other than using kiloheart. So did work for him. I definitely have to look into it. Maybe send me a link, Ben. It's actually raining. Send me a link, Ben, so I can look into it and I can give you my full feedback, and definitely would love to maybe give it a shot. Join so we can support this Goldie Man, Maurice. Thank you. Yes, guys, if you get a chance to join my school, I think it'll be appreciated. And I'm being very, very honest and straightforward with everybody. I do give a lot of good information, and I definitely want to grow it. And I want to actually support you guys. At the end of the day, if I can break even and give you guys the health and the knowledge that you guys can actually heal from, I'm more than happy to do that. Retreat sounds great. Maurice, does Skool keep each week locked in steps regardless of when people join, or is it unlocked if someone joins in 6 months? It is, so whether you join today or whether you join in 6 months, the moment you join, the courses will be unlocked based on you joining. So if you join today, within 7 days, module 2 will unlock. Then module 3 will unlock in 14 days. So that's how the system is set up. So this way I'm not overwhelming everybody where you join and suddenly see there's different modules. And there's more modules added. So I have already about 13 modules for the carnivore diet. And I have 10 modules of a full biology, but pretty much healing the body without using supplementation. Healing the body by actually looking after your mitochondria, your redox, your biology, you know, making everything as simple as possible without kind of being dependable on supplementation. Maurice, thoughts on TB500 for cardiac remodeling and heart? Yeah, so when it comes down to peptides, so I'm starting a new cycle with peptide right now for cardiac repair and gut lining with TB500, BPC157. I'm using C as well too. So what I've come across, because I do have a lot of users are using the peptides, and it's almost like a 50-50. 50% of them, they feel great, and 50% of them, they feel nothing. So I've been looking into it a little bit more in depth. So if you are living in a high cortisol, most of the peptides will give you zero benefit. So if you cannot control your cortisol and cannot balance your system so your nervous system is calm, then you are wasting money on using peptides. Very simple. So if you want the full benefit of peptides to actually work, you actually have to control your nervous system. You have to make sure you fine tune your cortisol. So no stress, no depression, no anxiety, no waking up in the middle of the night at 1 o'clock and 3 o'clock. You have to have good fat to protein ratio. You have to move. You have to have good clearance. You have to have good oxygen flow. So if any of these are lacking, then the peptides are not going to give you the full benefits. Very simple. Maurice, what do you think is going on? Use also just supplements for an 8 carnivore for left ventricle cardiomyopathy, and 3 months later EF stayed the same. That depends on the supplement you're taking and how much you're taking. EF should actually change no matter what with the supplementation, unless the exercise or something is lacking in the diet. I'll have to actually revisit everything with you to make sure and find out exactly what's lacking, because if your nervous system is overactive, none of that stuff will actually change. Hoping to join your school soon. Work Tuesday, Friday, and I appreciate your live chat on Sunday. Thank you for all your knowledge. Thank you, Carnivore Forever. I appreciate you. And yeah, definitely, if you can join anytime. And I'm trying to make the first class for the school is going to be on Tuesday, this Tuesday coming up. Tuesday morning is going to be more of getting to know everybody that is inside the school. And moving forward is going to be every Wednesday where I'm going to have the focus, let's say, per module. It depends what the students want, whether they want me to focus on module or lessons or a specific topic. Then we'll talk about it and we'll have a Q&A. It's going to be about an hour session. If sometimes we have to go more than an hour, then I'll have to adjust it. And it'll be an ongoing basis, but it will be recorded as well. So other students that can't come to the chat, they can actually watch it later. There's my chickens. Are you guys cold? Hyopla, you need 10 grams of D-ribose, 10 grams of creatine, magnesium, ionic. Thanks, Ben, for putting that out there. For some reason, it doesn't give me a chance to actually type, but you know, go with what Ben has said, or you can watch my videos that I actually list all the supplementation as well too. I took D-ribose, L-carnitine, hawthorn, ubiquinol, omega-3, fish oil. I didn't walk every day, maybe 3 times a week. The most important thing is the clearance, more than anything. If the clearance is not as effective, then other things are not going to work. 3 times a week out of the 4 days, your clearance is stagnant, and that's a big issue. Or if you're at home, if you can do like a wall sits for about 2 minutes, that's going to cause some major shear stress on the arteries and flood your body with some good nitric oxide. So that would be quite ideal. Hey chickens. Well, that's why you guys are inside here. I put a wow, I shouldn't even put that much. I put about a pound of black soldier for their food, and they haven't came out since last night. That's why they ate the whole thing. Wow, they ate the whole freaking thing, and that's supposed to actually last them like 3 days. These guys are, because I don't have any feed for them or nothing anymore, because I'm waiting for the grass. Not only Maurice does provide us extensive information, but many of us dialogue among ourselves to share experiences. Is very satisfying. Yes, it is nice, because you know, we all as a community get a chance to kind of share the ins and outs and actually communicate, which is amazing. Guys, if you can get a couple hearts, tap the like button, maybe we can get more people to join us, and they can you see Duke? Almost like he's hidden. My girlfriend, 31, appears to have a genetically elevated cholesterol levels. The doctor only measured LDL and now wants to put her on statins immediately. Which other stuff would we measure? Check your ApoB and book a time with me so we can talk about it. Check your ApoB. That's the most valuable lipid to know whether there's damages or not. Total cholesterol, all that stuff is pretty much irrelevant, and it doesn't make sense. So if you can check your ApoB, that would be ideal. Oh yeah, by the way, we started digging this, so we made this quite big. I'm gonna actually extend it a little bit more, and we can pour like a little cold exposure down in this section here, and have like a little creek running around and going down to the chicken coop. So a lot of work this season. Andrew, how about CUGHT for skin? Oh, you're talking about the copper GHK. Thanks for all your. I have some. I haven't started the copper GHK. My friend did it last week. Skool is great. I'd like to also make people aware of your ebook. Great info. Peace, brother. Thank you, Andrew, for putting that out there. So yeah, the copper peptide actually works really good for skin and hair, especially if you have like white beard like mine. If you want to actually get it back dark, if you do about 2 to 3 cycles of copper, it does actually bring the coloration back. We are all deficient in copper, because back in the days when we used to drink water, we used to go through copper piping in the house, and that's been removed. So a lot of us are actually deficient. A lot of us don't actually take in any liver. Liver is very rich in copper. But yes, the peptide works really, really well. Very, very effective. The problem is with the GHK peptide, actually, the place you inject it, it does sting a bit. There's a hack. He didn't even consider why she has high LDL. You might need 15 grams of D-ribose. Easy. Duke, come. I just want to make sure the water's still running, because when we lost, the hose got cut yesterday because the tree fell. You can't see it from here unless I go outside the fence. Yeah, you can't see it from here. It's too bad. So yeah, I don't know. There's one tree that fell there and one tree fell down this way. So it came down right on my underground water collector. It's 1,000 liter. It cut my line right there. That's why I have the shovel there. So I was digging it, cutting it, moved the logs all the way to the end. So it was quite cold yesterday doing all this while Duke has been playing. Thanks. You'll have to fill me on the result and where you get it. Yeah, there's only a handful of companies that sells peptides. I know a lot of them, they bring them in from overseas and stuff, but this one here, they actually bring them directly from a manufacturer within Canada. I know the guy really well because he used to work for a pharmaceutical company, so it is like a first line of good quality, which is excellent. But definitely let you in. I'll give you some information in the Skool. Andrew, just remind me. Hey Beth, how are you? Duke. And yeah, my shoulders hurt and my arm because too much lifting. Get the ball from the water. Maurice, I have read study recent. They investigate effect of dietary alkylglycerol supplement, aka plasmodium, on mouse with dilated myopathy. The cardiac lymphoma was remodeling and had massive probably changes just from plasmodium supplementation. But keep in mind, like a lot of these studies are done on the mice, so it would be nice to actually. I know we're never gonna have trials on a human. It's almost like we have to do it ourselves. But you know me, I always try to test a lot of these things. But I know I haven't had time to look into a lot of the recent studies just because I've been extremely busy. But if you can send me some of that information, I wouldn't mind looking into it. I'll probably give it a test as well too, unless you're already testing it yourself. Hey Vanessa, how are you? This is my little place. This is where I live outside. I have heard of the plasmodiums, but I haven't really looked into it much. I think we're starting to lose the mountains, so the clouds are coming back again. Maurice, have you seen the study on MOTS-C? I haven't yet. No, I haven't. I've been. I'll be honest with you, Ben. I've been behind on a lot of research recently, just because I've been extremely busy. So I haven't had time to do a lot of research. And what I mean by extremely busy, sometimes I'm booked I'm booked 8 hours straight, and I'm running behind on a lot of my research sometimes. But the moment I actually, once I finish one of the books that I'm writing, because it's actually taking a lot of my time with the publisher, kind of going back and forth and changing chapters and everything, and that's kind of driving me a little bit crazy. I think once I'm done with that, then I can just start to kind of focus back on a lot of the new stuff and share with you guys some more valuable information. I am trying Mod C. I'm already doing the BPC right now, 157 TB 500. I have the GHK copper. I have the Mod C. I'm gonna start probably the Mod C after I finish the first cycle of BPC 157. It's just the only reason I held off on the Mod C, because it was mostly a sample sent to me that's only gonna last 2 weeks, and I definitely want to make another order that will last me a full cycle. But the whole idea is I just want to make sure my nervous system and my cortisol is balanced. And usually springtime, I tend to sleep a little bit better, and Duke won't wake me up as much, so I think I'll be ready for it. So this way I can kind of give you guys the full effect and how well it's working. You know, the nice thing is with the Mod C, it does actually, it will help the heart, the cardiac, but I don't think it's gonna help much with the structural. So any structural damage, such as a scarring, or it might not help it, but probably with thinning, yes, but not scarring. There is no such product out there that I think it will help as good with scarring just yet. Hello, just came back from outside, 3 hours, laying in snow, in short, and t-shirt, and boots. Nice, face in snow, grounded in big time, snow paradise. Did wall sit, squat, score, plank. That's awesome, Sandra. That's a perfect way to get started. Here it's not bad, it's a little bit icy. Too many peptides around peptides. Yeah, way too many. There's too many coming out on a daily basis, and a lot of it is actually, I don't have access to it anymore. It's been banned from certain locations, so it'll be interesting to see what's gonna happen. But I think that could be the future medicine if we're gonna look into it, for faster healing. Wall sits more effective on the heart than walking. Well, see, walking is gonna help with clearance. The wall sit is gonna activate, well, it's gonna cause shear stress, so it's gonna flood the body with more nitric oxide, so we can prevent oxidization and allow better blood flow. They are both good, but on, let's say, on the days you can't walk, doing at least 2 or 3 wall sits in a 15 or 20-minute period will still help. Reversing aortic and mitral regurgitation, even thought magnesium is saturated. The only one that I've seen it change so far, I have one person is doing the enema with the cyclodextrin, that we've seen a percentage changed. If it's not scarred, it could be reversed, yes, with the right. But keep in mind, like a lot of this stuff, it took decades to get there, so it's gonna probably take a long time before we see a reversal. But so far, with most of the people that actually have, let's say, aortic issues or thickening, we've seen the percentage drop quite a bit by doing the enema with a few other supplements. But and that actually been taken close to anywhere between 7 to 11 months to see like almost like a 0.5% to 1% change. Wait, Duke. I'm gonna go get the eggs. If we could, or maybe after. Hey Maurice, how to get rid of foamy piss? It's been around 3 months now. Did cheat once in between, but still haven't been able to get rid of it. So it's actually usually like a kidney issue, whether your kidney is leaking or not, whether you have you're consuming too much fructose and glucose, and that's the only reason you have it. So the moment you get off fructose and glucose, anything like that, then you can actually you can actually clear the issues from your kidneys. And sometimes it could be an oxalate issue, where you're consuming too many plants and it's causing a lot of oxalate deposits. So kind of, you know, throwing a random question like that without kind of knowing the history behind it, it would be very, very tough for me to give you a solution or give you an answer. But these are some of the basic stuff you want to look into. Is mostly your fructose and intake more than anything. Happy belated birthday to Duke. I hope your last February 1st Sunday alive. Nice, thank you. Yes, he's 4 years old now. What's the best way to repair the heart if you have left ventricle cardiomyopathy and scar? You can't fix scar tissue. All we can do is sometimes we might have to live with the structural damage, and all we can do is maintain it without actually causing more damage, right? But it's all based on your diet. If you're not willing to follow a diet, supplement alone is not gonna help. I've been eating meat, milk, eggs, raw honey. 3 months being carnivore. Yeah, you know, 3 months is not nearly enough, but I would actually for sure remove honey and milk from your diet. Milk usually will actually cause some of these symptoms. The casein milk, when it actually is broken down, sometimes it could be histamine issues, causing issues with the kidney filtration. That's one thing I would actually remove. I would actually just stick with simple meat, maybe eggs, honey. Do you really need it? Maybe, maybe not. Does creatine cause hair loss? No, it doesn't. That's a big myth that people actually talk about. What causes hair loss is a lot more than just creatine. It's more of a cortisol issue, a nervous system, lack of nutrients for the hair, lack of oxygen flow. All these things will actually kill the hair follicles, but nothing to do with creatine alone. We get more than enough creatine in our meat and our products, so that's not gonna be the main concern. Sometimes it could be a thyroid from under eating. All just being gone, thank you. People think you mad if you tell them supplements can heal heart and symptoms. Yeah, it's quite interesting the way things are, right? And to be honest with you, Ben, I'm not like, yes, I do use supplement quite a bit, and I do have a lot of individuals who uses supplements quite a bit to actually enhance their ejection fraction or enhance their heart. These supplements have to be actually fine-tuned with your diet, because your diet still plays a huge role. So it doesn't mean, you know, if you're trying to fix your ejection fraction, you can eat whatever, but you can supplement and actually still be good. Everything has to be in rhythm. So everything has to make sense. Your food, your diet, your sleep, your mitochondria, your redox, your gut specifically. Then the supplements are gonna fulfill some of the missing gaps. So therefore you can actually feel better and heal better. But you're not gonna heal right away over time within 3 months or 6 months. You're gonna feel better for sure. And in time, you can possibly reverse some of the damages. But the whole idea is to stop the progression, and hopefully we can actually start to regress certain issues. Why don't you put the salt in the water? I don't know. I like to take it, the way I take it, I like to chew it. I like the flavor of the salt. And usually I drink the water after. Let's throw the ball for Duke. He's waiting for us. Ready? Morris can help with shortness of breath, having left, besides a hospital visit or water pills. Book a time with me, let's talk about it. I'll have to know a little bit more about your history before I can kind of give you answers, because I don't know where shortness of breath is coming from. It could be many things. I have to know your diet, I have to know your lifestyle, I have to know your blood work, and I have to kind of see what's going on. Thanks a lot for that, sir. Reintroducing milk did cut the foam a lot, but then it came back as well. So I had to confirm, like, so more sees this. Yes, guys, if you get a chance to hit the like so you get more people to join us. Hey, Duke, would be awesome, would be great. And the mountain is back. See, I don't know if you guys can see where the sun is. It's right there. Now, probably by next month, it's gonna be up here. So now we'll actually get direct sun, which is nice. It's still pretty chilly in here, but it's not bad overall. I went inside to get the basket, to get the eggs, and we left it inside. Let's go back inside. I'm carnivore, and my last BNP was 1300. That's fine. It's just the thing is, it depends how long you've been carnivore for, and it depends what you're consuming and how much protein and the ratio of fat and protein and your residue, as mean your bowel output, and based, you know, when you eat, do you feel heavy or do you feel good? The other question is, do you wake up in the middle of the night or not, and how much sodium you're taking? So there's a lot of things we have to actually question, so I can actually get a better understanding of what's happening. Because if you're trying to fix one cause, but you have 5 other things going on, that one cause is not going to be fixed unless you fix other things. Yeah, and especially having a BNP being high and stuff, I need to kind of check your creatinine, your F2 isoprostane for the kidneys, check your bile just to make sure everything's flowing correctly. So there's a lot of things we'll definitely have to check. What causes cancer? Everything causes cancer. The moment you step outside, we're being attacked with specific targets to hit cancer. Coagulation, EMF, synthetic clothing, you're not grounded, you're always stressed, you're always in a fight or flight mode. All these things cause stress. Glucose, fructose, overeating, overconsumption, everything could cause it, and every person will get affected differently. So yesterday I soaked some split peas, not for me, I don't eat that stuff, it's for my chicken. So maybe I'll give them like a spoon or two to see if they like it. So we got some split peas, and I soaked them for 36 hours. So I'll go feed them to the chicken and see if they like it. So I did 1 whole cup. I'm gonna give them a little bit. It's supposed to be like high in protein for the chickens. So let's see if they like it. I don't know if you guys can see them, because I gave them enough black soldiers the other day. How many carbs do you eat? None. I don't eat any carbs. Back in the days, I used to do what is called a carb loading because of my heavy training and stuff. I used to do it, but I haven't done that for a long time, and I don't do it anymore. I enjoy eating the meat. I enjoy hitting a gluconeogenesis at a correct state. So yeah, I don't consume any carbohydrates at all. Not even rice. No, I don't even do rice either. Like I said, I used to do carb load back in the day, but I haven't done that for a couple of years. Hi Maurice, how are you? And Dookie, hey Harris, how are you? I'm doing good. We're going to feed the chicken. I was just getting them some food. So I got here some fish skin, because I don't eat the fish skin much. So I'm gonna give them some fish skin so we get some omega-3 from the eggs. And we're gonna feed them some split peas. I soaked them for 36 hours. Oh, and we have a friend visiting us today. Check it out. Bonnie's here. One of my good neighbor. Hey Bonnie. Hey Duke. Who's that, Bonnie? What are you doing here, Bonnie? Go home. Go home. Go home. What's going on? Thank you for sharing your knowledge. Beach farms, cheers. Don't forget the basket. Oh, I'm gonna put the eggs in here. So I got some fish skin and some split piece for the chicken. I'm gonna give them that stuff, and we'll go collect the eggs, see how many eggs we have. Well, Duke's playing with Bonnie, but Duke is not allowed to go outside the fence because he won't come back till like later tonight. If he does, he takes advantage of it. So let's see if the chicken like the stuff. ChatGPT told me I should eat only lean, so no saturated fat, because my CAC score is 277, ApoB is 185. Thought I'm metabolically healthy and BP is perfect. 65-year-old female. Any thoughts? Yeah, if you want to listen to ChatGPT, go for it, but that is incorrect information. You still need fat to actually function, or else you're going to cause more cortisol and more dysfunctional nervous system. It's all about the clearance more than anything. Obviously your body does not clear very efficient, and that's why your ApoB is high. Your CAC score, that's decade of damage. Where's the eggs? What fats to have with protein? Saturated fats. Your chickens eat better than I do. Yeah, and look at this. She's sitting on the eggs. It won't let me have any. Hey, you, back up. How many eggs you got? What, you got all 6? I'm gonna take them all. I'll leave you one. 1, 2, 3. How many we got? 4. You're good. I'll leave you the white one. Yeah, the white one. Hey. Be nice. So we got 5. We got 5 eggs. 5 eggs, and there's one up here in the bottom. So usually I got 7 or 8 eggs, sometimes 9 from the other chickens. Egg thief. Thank you for the eggs, guys. I'll see you tomorrow. 6 eggs, and I've left that white egg there. It's been there 6 days, so I'm gonna check to see if it's actually gonna have a little chip now. We'll find out. Oh, we got 6. It's not bad. Daylight robbery. Yeah, no kidding, right? So in end of March, or maybe the first week of April, I'm gonna get 6 more chickens, so this way I can have a total of 12 eggs every day, because I eat anywhere between 6 to 10 eggs a day, and Duke eats anywhere between sometimes 2 to 6 eggs. I shouldn't have come up from here, it's very slippery. There we go. We made it. Maurice, thank you for sharing priceless knowledge. How long does it take to fix clearance issue using your protocol? Walking after meals, glycine 15 minutes, taking oxbol, ACV. So that all depends on your body. How fast, here, Duke, you can smell them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that all depends on your body. Depends on how well your body adapts to the changes and how well it responds. So to give you an example, I've had 2 people. One person was ApoB at 185, dropped it to 65 in 45 days. And I had another person, he had a 220 ApoB, and within 60 days only dropped to about 15 points. So all depends how well your body responds and adapts to things. If we see your body's moving on a very, very slow rhythm, sometimes we might add a supplement. But if we don't, if we see everything's going good, then pretty much naturally you should be able to clear it. We should see it change 45 days to 90 days. Not fully cleared, but at least a good amount of clearance happening. Yeah, everyone is allergic to egg white, by the way. What fats to have with protein? Saturated fats, beef fats, solid fats. Do you cycle berberine? I do, yes. You have to, because it does have very harsh antibacterial effect on your gut. So if you're gonna be taking berberine, you know, ideally 45 days on, 10, 15 days off, because it does put a lot of stress on your mitochondria as well too. You don't wanna be taking it every day. Sometimes I go 45 days on, 45 days off myself. I haven't taken any right now for 30 days. I'm starting again as of today. Today will be my first day starting back again. What is the most efficient way to clear LDL? Walking after meal. Because that's part of your clearance. Because you wanna cycle the chylomicrons correctly. Beef fats and solid fats, is that the fat which comes with beef only? Yes. So it's all about sticking with solid fats, or you can get suet as well. So it's the same fat that's around your kidneys. That fat is really good quality as well. Best way to raise HDL, eating fat, eating egg yolks, eating cheeses, eating butter. Making sure your omega-6 is low. If your omega-6 is high, your HDL will never increase. So that's why we see a lot of people say, you know, I eat this and I eat a lot of fat and stuff and my HDL is still low, because they still consume PUFAs, a lot of omega-6 in their diet. And sometimes they say, well, I'm not consuming any omega-6s. I'm like, well, it depends on the food you're buying, because certain foods, they actually give them feed, and that feed contain high omega-6 seed oils. Could be corn, could be soy, could be sunflower seeds, anything like that. Let's see if these guys are eating these peas. Oh yeah, it looks like they like them. So we shouldn't take berberine for any extended period, example 45 plus days or more. It's best to wait another 45 days. Yes, because what happens is it does put some stress. It depends on the person, but it does actually cause stress on the mitochondria, and it does cause stress on your microbiome as well too. So you're gonna notice that when you eat certain foods, that the food is just sitting in your gut for too long to be digested, and usually that happens from berberine, from not being recycled correctly. How long do you walk after a meal? 20 minutes. Everyone should try the Skool at least for a month. Just the info on Redux is worth 1 month. Thank you, Kimberly, for putting that out there. I really appreciate you, and I hope everybody gets a chance to join our Skool, because moving forward, guys, is gonna be very, very tough for me to give you a lot of valuable information on YouTube, because it's gonna be suppressed. So definitely, if you guys join us on Skool, you're gonna learn a lot more, and I'm gonna give you a lot more detailed information, way more than what I'm doing right now. Are polyphenols like from olive oil? Oh, I missed a message. Polyphenols they're stressors for the body. Is long-term intake of glycine and taurine good or bad? It is good because it's part of our amino acid profile. The only reason I added glycine, because a lot of us eat more muscle meat than collagen meat or bone broth, and taurine, it is found part of our amino acids, so there's no long-term issues. If anything, some people might react different on taurine because it releases bile, and sometimes it might not release as good, or sometimes the bile could be hardened, and taurine is trying to emulsify it or break it apart. What is cool? I have the link in the description, Nazar. If you go to the link, you can actually access the community. It's a community with a lot of teaching and modules, and I'll be there answering a lot of the questions. Do you eat the egg whites? Yes, and I heavily cook them. If they're not cooked, I don't eat them. They have to be cooked. The only things that I eat raw is the yolk. Duke, get it. So yeah, the egg yolks could be consumed raw. It's a dense nutrient, very, very rich. Whether it's omega, it depends on the chickens where you get them, but it is very rich. And the egg white is going to be like your pure protein, but the type of protein our body sometimes are very sensitive, cannot digest raw, so they have to be fully cooked. Overall, are supplements to be cycled on a general basis? Not really, no, not all supplements. Anything that actually has an effect on your microbiome, has an effect on your gut, or has an effect on your status of stimulation, then they have to be. But other than that, most of them, they're fine. They're part of our diet, part of our lifestyle intake of amino acids. And especially glycine and taurine being an amino acid, they don't cause issues. The only reason glycine would cause an issue, only if you overtake it, you might get slight digestive issue from taking too much. With ApoB B149, is it okay to switch up the butter and ghee to olive oil? What should I be using? Yeah, you can do that, but you're not going to be as satiated, which is fine. Anybody has high ApoB, again, I tell them not to eat any liquid fat. So what you're describing there, you know, the ghee and the butter, that's liquid fat. So it's very high in palmitic and it hits the bloodstream a lot faster. So therefore you see higher numbers of ApoB. So yeah, olive oil, you can even have, you know, if you're eating, let's say avocados, fine. Having fish, you got a lot of monounsaturated and polyunsaturated fats. All that stuff is good. Hey Maurice, do you take any supplement apart from berberine? I do. I do take a few due to my incident. But if I didn't have the incident, I'll be straight honest with you. The only thing that I would only take would be taurine and glycine. Maurice, what do you think about refeeding carbohydrates once a week or every? I used to do that. If you're not fat adapted and you're not capable of handling a big load of fat, let's say to actually help you with your energy, and a big load of protein so you can actually activate gluconeogenesis, then yes, doing a carbohydrate once a week would be plenty enough. Or maybe every fourth day, a small amount of carbohydrates to spike your insulin and cause some glucose uptake to the muscle tissue. Why you live in such a cold place? This is my heaven. I got a beautiful mountain. I got the snow where it's nice and cool and it's not too hot. I love it, and it's not cold. You get used to it. And I love it. The only thing is that I hate in the winter time, I lose the sun for 3 months, and that's the only reason that I don't like, because I'm covered by a mountain here behind me and on the side, so I lose about 4 hours of sun. And in the winter time, I lose the sun because all the trees cover it. But this is my little heaven place. What do you think about reishi or turkey tail polysaccharides for anti-cancer immune system support? Yeah, they were good. Mushrooms are okay. I'm not a huge fan of a lot of these mushrooms and everything, just because the diet I follow, I kind of like to keep it stress-free. But yeah, you can definitely do that. And I do give turkey tail for a lot of individuals with cardiovascular issues. Actually, and my brother actually grows it, and he's a chef, so he makes them into a nice little dish. Thank you for the answer. Cheers and God bless. P.S. What a view. Sure is heaven. Low. I am in heaven here, and you know, one day we could all be gone, and I'm enjoying every moment of it. And you know, it's all about the view, and it's all about being grounded and feeling your best. Because I'll be honest with you guys, if I was actually living in the city, I could never be able to guide you guys for a better health, for a better longevity, for a better way of living. I'd be stressed myself, and if I'm stressed, how can I actually give, you know, the positive energy to you guys so you can actually heal your body? So sometimes, if the place that got you sick, you cannot heal into it, you have to move somewhere else where you can actually, you know, revive your system. And this is my little place. Even thought I struggle here. I struggle with water. I struggle with power. Sometimes I don't have either or for days. But it is what it is. At the end of the day, you know, you're thankful and you're always going to be grounded and feeling okay. And yeah, my responsibility is my little chickens and Duke over there is waiting for me. For the last 2 years on carnivore diet, I haven't felt cold. My energy bills are low, even at time. Oh, trust me, I haven't been sick for more than 15, 15, close to about 23 years. Just had one little incident in 12 years ago, but that's about it. Since then, never been sick, never anything. Like, yes, you do get a little bit chilly here and there and stuff like that, but your body get used to it and adapts very, very quickly. And that's the whole idea behind it, is to actually adapt to the atmosphere, to the environment you live in. If you're always going to be wearing layers and worrying about the cold and worrying about the heat, your body's never going to adapt. I'm sure the air is good there. It is. It's amazing. But yeah, but we still get hit with some chemtrails once in a while. Hello, Maurice. Your advice helped me with morning drink of taurine, glycine, salt, and baking soda with a tap of butter. I'm 6 weeks carnivore today. That's awesome. That's an amazing way, and keep going at it. You're doing a great job. Beautiful place. Sounds bliss. Amen. Your EMF exposure where you're living probably fantastic. Yeah, the only EMF that I have here is from my freaking computer and internet, where I try to kind of turn them off at night as much as possible. Maurice will be fasting this coming Ramadan, will be fasting around 14 hours or slightly more if I close fast earlier. Any advice to eat and advice? Yeah, when you break your fast, you always want to drink, 1 cup of bone broth, because that's going to replenish all your hydration, all your electrolytes. And you wait about 20 minutes, then you can have your high protein, high fat. And if you have to have carbohydrates, which is, I think you shouldn't, just stick to high protein and high fat. And that's all you need. I fast every day 18 hours. I fast every other day 20 hours and 22 hours. So it's not a bad thing. It is a good thing to kind of keep your system going, and it keeps itself clean. You don't need heavy intake of food or anything. You're having 1 meal a day, 2 meals a day. That's perfect. I can't find taurine in many places. Look for taurine in powder form. If you can't find it, I can send you the link from iHerb. That's the current one I get from iHerb. And I think they do ship worldwide as well too. So 100% should be fine. Did they eat them? Yeah, they ate most of it. That's good. Maybe they already ate all the freaking stuff inside. Guys, guys, we have like 50 some people online. I would love to have more people come and join us. If you guys get a chance to yeah, I do consult. That's why I'm booked every single day. Yeah, if you get a chance to book a time with me, 30 minutes or an hour would be greatly appreciated. You support my channel. I'll give you all the information you require to actually feel your best. And if you guys get a chance to connect with me through Skool, I have the link in the description. I even thought I do charge a monthly fee, but the information you'll receive from me, you're not gonna find it anywhere else. Should we put salt in all our water or only on food? Can we have as much as we want? Yeah, you should. Should never drink a cup of water with any salt or minerals, because you're gonna actually overstimulate your kidneys. What's your way of making bone broth, Maurice? Slow cook it for a very long time? Yeah, so I started my bone broth yesterday. I'll show you. So it's been on my wood stove yesterday. Yesterday I ran on the wood stove for 5 hours. And of course the wood stove gets deactivated in the middle of the night because I don't want to wake up at 2, 3 o'clock in the morning to actually put more wood. So I just let it be. And this morning when I turned it on, so I keep the bone broth pot on the wood stove and it's being cooked. It's getting cooked. Please pin your book consult. I can't put any, I can't type in anything while I'm actually doing a chat. It doesn't give me the option. KD9438. If you get a chance to actually go to the video and ask for the link, I can send it to you. Thank you, Lani, for pulling that out there. My fingers are cold. Try using a green woods to burn longer. Well, yeah, what I'm using is large. Is a large? Something like that. Or so there's my bone broth. So I'm cooking. It's freaking hot. I'm cooking lamb. So there's my little lamb leg. And the damn thing is freaking hot. So there's my lamb leg. So this is yesterday 4 hours. So today has been on since 4 o'clock in the morning. So we got, what time is it right now? 10? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's been about 10 hours since I've been cooking this stuff. It's been 10 hours. So yeah, nice and slow cooking. It gets like really thick. And like I actually continue cooking it till the bone almost pretty much crumbles. So if I give the bone to Duke, he can actually chew it, no problem. But I want everything to be out of that water. And usually this whole pot will give me maybe about 4 cups only. And seriously, it's very heavy, very rich, and it's just delicious. If I can make this every day, this is my last leg lamb. I'll have to head back to the city again. I didn't want to head back to the city till like April to pick up some more meat, but I might have to go a little bit earlier because me and Duke, we overate meat this since we were back in Christmas. We went through almost like 4 pounds of meat every day, so I kind of ran out early. Is it all bone only? No, that's the lamb leg, so it does have bone and does have some meat. Do you drink a glycine and water with salt? I take the glycine after a meal, 15 minutes after a meal, but if I have bone broth, I don't take a glycine. Man, you now make me hungry. Hey man, you're more than welcome to come for a nice cup of bone broth. Trust me, when I have my retreat here, you know, I hope it goes good. I hope it goes good. I know it's gonna cost a lot of investment, but I think it'll be worth it because all you guys gonna be eating here is meat and eggs, some good quality bone broth, and if everything goes well, I'll buy a couple kayaks. Then we can all go kayak fishing as well too. Yeah, make sure you do put salt in your water. Never really put electrolytes. You don't need to buy any electrolytes. Just put salt. Do you cook with spices? The only spices I cook with is salt. So, but I have a list here that you can actually put whatever you want for spices. So you can actually, if you don't like the natural flavors. Where do you live? Where is the retreat going to be? The retreat is going to be here. I was gonna make it somewhere else, but the retreat is gonna be on my location here. I live off the grid in Canada. So if you guys live in the US, it's not gonna be that bad of a drive. You take a lot of salt? Yeah, I do. Probably about maybe 8 to 10 grams. Keep in mind, I move a lot. So it all depends on your activity level, depends on your performance. Then you can actually adjust and fine tune how much salt you need. Salt is perfect. I use salt for horses. They allow so many more nutrients in their salt. Yes, I had a person that used to follow me on, I think his name Brian, used to follow me on TikTok before my account got banned, and he used to send me a salt that they actually use for horses, and that's the same salt that I used to actually use, specific kind of Celtic salt for horses, and I used to take it, but I lost in contact because I got banned from TikTok, and I lost everyone. So, but he used to send me a couple of bags from the US every time. How is my blood pressure? My blood pressure is fine. What does blood pressure has to do with your salt? Salt actually helps with blood volume. Is hair loss on carnivore too much or too little protein? It's not about the protein. It's about the under eating. So if you're under eating protein, then you can actually have hair loss because due to your thyroid. You said you have about 8 to 9 grams of salt. Is this over the whole day? Yes, it is over the whole day. Even Duke has salt every day. Right, bud? Right? Wanna say hi? Hey. What's going on? I have a slow clearance, no gallbladder. Do I take oxbol before meals and ACV with meal? Yeah, you would take the oxbol with your meal and taurine and glycine at 15 minutes after. Your meals has to be a little bit smaller than usual just because due to the gallbladder, because you don't want to overwhelm your bile. Does a lot of salt affect the kidneys? If you oversalt, possibility, but the only reason we need salt being on a carnivore diet because your kidney excrete a lot more sodium being on a low carb diet. We don't hold any sodium in our blood, in our cells. How much water do you drink a day? I don't know, maybe about a liter, 2 liters a day. But I only drink water with salt, not by itself. Where can someone get potassium from? Potassium chloride or bicarbonate? You'll probably have to order it online as well too. It depends whether you need potassium or not. And potassium, you're only gonna probably use about 2,000 milligrams a day being on a carnivore diet, and we get plenty of potassium from the food we eat, unless you're not eating enough. How is the cold plunge bath going? I'm starting to dig. The ground is still frozen, so I can't really dig a whole lot. I did actually expand it a bit, but once the snow's melted, I'll get my small excavator and I'll actually dig a big hole. And I'll probably gonna put like one of the plastic, I think I might maybe put like a plastic tub in there or something so the water flows in it and goes out. But it is quite cold. Like right now, if I actually stick my hand in the water, within about probably 30 seconds to a minute, I won't be able to feel my fingers anymore. They go numb like really fast. So water shouldn't have with alcohol. Correct. You still, no matter what, any water you drink, you gotta make sure is hydrating you. You're not drinking water to hydrate your gut. You're drinking water to hydrate your cells. Do you tell people to eat avocados, magnesium, and potassium source? You could eat avocado. If you do good on it, go for it. If you don't, then don't. It does have some good amounts of magnesium and potassium, but the amount in it is unknown. What are your activities every day? Well, I gotta chop some wood. Today I have to chop some wood. Probably it's gonna take me about 2-3 hours chopping some wood because I've used quite a bit in the past week and I haven't been able to cut any. So as you can see, half of the section is almost empty. So I'm gonna be chopping some wood. Oh yeah, and this is my little chin-ups, my little boxing bag. I got a couple weights there. I have my gym inside the container. So there's a lot of stuff to be done here on the land. So, and keep in mind, I work a lot. So I work a lot. I do a lot of consultation. I do write a lot of protocols for people. I'm writing 2 more books right now. So I have a lot of things to do. So that's why certain things I do run behind. I definitely would love to have a hand, but have not found a right person yet, but definitely it will actually guide me and stuff. But I do run behind every day, and there isn't enough time through the day for me to finish everything sometimes. 8 bananas good for potassium. Bananas are man-made. Do you go through a time of not wanting to eat meat during your carnivore journey? In the past 12 years, once. And that's usually when I do my 3-day fasting. So good to see you, Maurice. Hey, Gozan, how are you? Likewise. But no, I don't. I actually, to be honest with you, I look forward for my next meal so I can enjoy and indulge in the meat and the fat, and I feel good. How much of your salt do you put in water? Is it lots so the water is... No, you don't want the water to be salty, just a little bit, like a pinch. Or what I do is every time I drink, I take about 1/4 teaspoon or 1/8 of a teaspoon. You don't want to make it too salty. And that's why I actually put it in my mouth, I chew it, and I drink the water. Do you run into bears or big animals there? Yes, black bears and coyotes mostly. Yesterday we had 4 coyotes. Last week we had 5. 2 days ago I had to take out my rifle and have it ready because they came at 3 o'clock in the morning. So that's why I don't sleep that good in the winter time. Sometimes it's Duke, but it's not blaming Duke for it. It's mostly the coyotes that come to the land. Do you have any do you have an advice for water supply? There are a lot. I got my water from the creek directly. So if you can get some good quality water, or maybe you can filter your tap water and add minerals, that would be your best. Do the local authority leave you alone? Pretty much, yes. If someone has cancer, should they do the following carnivore diet? Yes, 100%. 100% you should, because you eliminate all the garbage, you eliminate all the waste, and you're actually giving your body what it thrives on. And you give it the right tools so it repairs itself. Can you show us a nice view that you have so I can take a picture and send it to my friend? I don't know if you can see it now, but the mountain is hidden. I would love to help you build. Look, I'm 2,700 miles away. Hey, Andrew, thank you. I haven't really like. I definitely want to go for it. And oh shit, I got snow falling. Come on, come on. Oh, there we go. You know, the thing is tough for me when I'm building something. I cannot dedicate like 14, 15 hours a day to it, because I still have to work and I still have to kind of respond to my patients and do all these things. And so every time I have a break, I would go outside, work for an hour, and then come back inside and work. So I might do that. That's how I actually built that whole unit myself, the inside and the outside. But when I'm gonna build a small section to this place here, I might maybe buy something already pre-done and just attach it. And if that works, would be amazing. Do you do rain catchment? Not really, no. I have a creek, so I haven't really done that. What more can I do for muscle cramps? 2 months in, on top of electrolyte salt. Take your salt, prime your salt. You need to prime salt as soon as you wake up early morning. If you don't do that, you're not gonna be able to do anything. FJ Cruiser, yeah, they're my favorite. I've had this one here since 2008. My little FJ Cruiser. I couldn't make it up to the top yesterday. It was very slippery. What's best for hair loss? What's best for hair loss? Copper. Look, what's going on? What'd you find? 5 months and only eat eggs and ground beef. I sometimes have a lot of energy, but it's short-lived mostly. I am really tired. I supplement sodium, potassium, magnesium daily. Does carnivore just not work? You're blaming the diet, but you're not really looking at the root cause. So we should not be blaming the diet. I've been on a carnivore for 12 years. So if I survive 12 years and still going at it, I'm sure you can do it too. 5 months, you still haven't really scratched the surface. The question is, how much protein are you consuming? How much fat are you consuming? What is your output? I mean, in energy, you know, are you consuming enough to support that output? Another thing is, you know, you could have some deficiencies, because after you've been doing carnivore for about 3 months to 5, 6 months, a lot of new symptoms will surface because your body is destimulating. So there's a lot of things you have to look into, and a lot of things we have to actually fix and adjust. It does work, you just have to kind of fine tune it. What if someone has high estrogen levels? What should they do? So you're more estrogen dominant. So you can take calcium deglucarate, so you can actually flush out the excess estrogen. So the excess estrogen comes from overusing of synthetic and plastics. Duke, what are you looking for? Hey, what are you looking for? I don't know if you answered, but what's the best version of carnivore or keto for healing the heart? Best version? In what way? Like eating way? So the body requires raw materials to heal the body, to heal the heart. So carnivore is going to be your best, but you have to actually consume everything correctly, and it's all about clearance. Clearance is what heals the heart. The problem is people eat, and they never really work on their clearance. Maurice, please advise, is tea good on carnivore diet? Literally tea bag? No, I would not use any tea bags. because they're anti-nutrients and they have catechins and other things that will actually deplete certain minerals from your body, specifically magnesium. Duke, no, we can't. We can't. Leave the mouse alone. You're after a mouse, are you? Your knowledge is impressive. Wish I found you earlier. Just joined your school. Awesome. Yeah, keep me updated. Let's touch base there. Thank you so much for joining. And trust me, guys, I'll teach you guys a lot of things in the school and a lot of valuable information that you never hear anywhere else. What is clearance? Never heard of it. So it's clear. So every time you consume food, you consume fat. So what is your energy level? We have fat as energy, we have carbs as energy. Every time you consume the energy, you have to export it, you have to utilize it. If you don't utilize it, then the clearance in your system, such as your fat clearance or your glucose clearance, becomes stagnation, becomes stagnant. And when it becomes stagnant, it starts to actually oxidize in the body and causing issues. See, some of us can actually clear anything they consume within 4 hours, and some of us can take 4 or 5 days. So people that actually have heart disease or heart attacks at early age, because they actually run into that issue, because they consume so much, but their output is very slow. So you need to help the output. Are you OMAD, TUMAD? I mix. Sometimes 1 meal, sometimes 2 meal. You learn a lot of specific details. Thank you. I'm losing hair in the middle of my head. Lightly on supplement. Can suggest food. Copper is going to be your best answer. Liver, specifically liver. Do you recommend eating head to toe animals? How about muscle meat and releasing increase in? Yes, 100%. Muscle meat, collagen. Don't worry about methionine. You're going to convert your homocysteine to methionine, part of the methylation as well too. Where can I get a little coaching? I really want Carnivore to work, but energy levels. You can connect with me. You can book a time. We can talk about it. I will have the information in the description. If you go to any of my videos, you can see my website, and you can book a time, and I can guide you through everything. You mentioned borax for your electrolyte drink. Are you talking about the soap? Yeah, I'm talking about the borax. You know, the same stuff you would use for your clothing and everything. You can actually put some borax in your water, and that actually will give you about 30 to 50 milligrams of boron. And that's the cheapest way and the best way and the most affordable way to get it. And that actually increases your testosterone too. How do you get a consult with you? If you go to my website, guys, you can book a time. Do you recommend xylitol or gum? No, I don't. Maurice is going to more this valuable time for school and less time on YouTube. Join the school. Yes, 100%. Kimberly, thanks so much for putting that out there. Guys, you definitely want to join the school, because I'm going to be releasing, I'm going to be spending more time there than here. So definitely would be great. I know I'm giving you guys fast answers now, but in the school, I'll be giving a lot more in detailed information. Maybe the chickens can join us too. I can show you what I feed my chickens, so you can get some dark yolks. Thoughts on needing carbs a bit, 20-50 grams for peeps with thyroid issue, or is it clear? Thyroid issue, again, it's under eating, and it's a clearance issue more than a carbohydrate. That's the problem. So every time we run into issues, we automatically say, oh, okay, carnivore is not working, or keto is not working, or paleolithic is not working. We're blaming the diet, but we're not looking at the root cause. And the root cause, sometimes it could be a clearance issue, it could be a thyroid issue, it could be too much input, not enough output. So before we blame the diet, like a lot of influencers do, how about we look into what we're consuming, what our digestive system is capable of doing, what our bioflow is doing to our systems, how do we feel after we consume certain foods. Sometimes the cheat, people will add carbs, but that carbs is not the fix. The carb is just a temporary adjustment until you find the root cause. Duke, where's the ball? Lily, I've been on a carnivore diet for 12 years with no carbs. You don't need carbs to survive. What is essential for the human body is protein and fat. Do you wake up and do push-ups to take advantage of the cortisol? I do, yes. As soon as I wake up, I take my salt with water, 5-minute light. then I do 20 push-ups, 20 body squats, 2 minutes wall sit, and then I drink coffee because I like my coffee. Even though I've been a carnivore for a long time, I still love the flavor. It's not whether it gives me energy or it wakes me up or anything. I just like the flavor. So each one, you know what? We are all a human, and each one of us has something we really enjoy. So even if you are carnivore and you end up using that, you know, a percent of the 99.9%, you have something you really enjoy. I'm not saying stop it. It doesn't mean it's gonna kick you off of being on a carnivore diet. It's just you know exactly what it does to you and how your body's gonna handle it. What brand of coffee do you have? I actually use a local brand. They actually they're about 2 hours away from here. They have their own location, but it is Arabica, it is organic, and it is mold free. Hey Duke, where's the ball? I don't see it. You wanna dig? I'm so tired on carnivore. Is that not having enough fat? If you're not eating at least 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight and you're hitting at least a ratio 1.5 to 2 fat to protein, then yeah, that could be the issue. But the tiredness could be your bile is not working correctly, could be that your cortisol is too high, so your nervous system is overactive. My wife is high in LP small a. Anything to look out for or do specifically? Her doctor is concerned about higher LDL-Cs. Yeah, so whenever you have high LP small a, that is a genetic. So that actually increases your heart risk by tenfold. And for me to kind of guide you on this, probably best to book a time and we can talk about it because it does certain things to the arteries that you will have to be on a specific supplement for the rest of your life. Because as an LP small a, pretty much after reproductive time, technically we're supposed to die and move on. But there's a way we can actually manipulate a gene so it doesn't affect us. Problem is equal body giving you information, not the diet failing. Diet shows more information. 100%, you're right on it. What's your thoughts on taking niacinamide supplement for energy or for longevity? Thank you, will book. Sounds good. Looking forward to it. Duke, where's the ball? Hey, you wanna go make some coffee? Come. Let's go make some coffee. I know it's early, but we'll have some coffee. Is it normal to not have a bowel movement for a week while eating only raw ground? Oh yeah, 100%. Welcome to the real carnivore. Hey, I go to the toilet once every 4 days and sometimes once every 5 days. And that's why, you know, the best thing being a carnivore. So if you guys ever, you know, I don't know, when I was little, we used to go camping lots. And one of the most stressful thing when I used to go camping is like, where the hell I'm gonna go, you know, to the washroom, because you know you're never gonna find one. There's always these outhouses and stuff. And every time it's funny, every time I used to go camping, the only thing that I would eat is just pure protein since I was little. So you know, I used to be like 14 15 years old. We used to go camping lots with the family, and everybody would be eating vegetables and be eating greens. I would be the only one eating protein, and I never have to go to the washroom for 3-4 days, and it was just amazing. You know all these longevity pills, niacinamide and NAD and all that stuff. Maybe they have their place for a person that follows a junky intake of food, or maybe taking food that they're not meant to eat. Then maybe the longevity niacinamide, NAD would actually work for them. But I think if we eat what is meant for the human body to survive on, which is meat, then I don't think we need any of these supplements for longevity. Now, don't get me wrong, I use NAD. I use it for the benefit of my heart, not for the benefit of longevity, because it does actually boost up your ATP as well too, right? That's the only reason I use it. But would I use it if I didn't have the issue? No, I would never. Hold on, let me take my boosts off. Come, you wanna come in? Let's have some coffee, then we'll go back outside. Will you go to any carnivore meetup in USA? I would love to. I've been invited to few. I've been invited by a few doctors as well to actually do a podcast. I have a podcast coming up this Wednesday. I've been invited to a few already. The only thing is, you know what makes it tough for me, and I don't like to say it, but when I got Duke, I made the promise. I made the promise never to leave his side, never to leave him alone, no matter what. And since I've had Duke, since he was 3 weeks old, he's 4 years old now, I have not left him alone. And anywhere I go, I take him with me. I've been invited to the US 5 times already, and I have a hard time taking Duke with me to the US because I'm forced to actually give him a specific vaccination that they're not necessary. And I don't want to do that to him, that I can cause an injury just for me to travel and talk to somebody, or travel and just be part of the carnivore stuff, right? So I don't wanna endanger life just for my enjoyment or others. So Duke means a lot to me, and I would never go anywhere without him. And I've had a lot of invitation and a lot of ways to actually bypass certain things, but if I can't take him with me, I won't go anywhere, unfortunately. And that's it. When I have my mind set to certain things, I'll never change. Would you like to have other animals? Yeah, I want to get a goat, probably. I think a goat would be good. Having some raw milk. I haven't had raw milk for 20 years. Organic coffee, what about pesticides with regular coffee? I don't drink regular coffee. If the coffee is not organic, or if I don't know the company, if I don't trust them, I don't drink it. So it has to be something in clean form, because if it's not clean form, then I would actually quit coffee a long time ago. Zoom, stay with Duke. Yeah, 100%, 100%. I would never leave his side. Will you attend Canadian carnivore events? I don't know if there's any Canadian carnivore events. If they let me take Duke with me, yes. If they let me bring Duke inside, yes, 100% I will. If they don't, I will never go anywhere. To be honest with you, in Christmas time, I went down to the city to visit my family and everybody, and just because I couldn't take Duke with me to one of the places, I didn't even go. I stayed home. Even though I drove 7 hours to see everybody, I wouldn't leave him alone. I'm sorry. A lot of people might not like that. Some people, I don't care what others think. It's me and Duke, and I made that promise. Maurice, what you think about taking turmeric supplement? They're bullshit. Turmeric supplements are bullshit. They cause more of a stressor on the body more than they actually help with inflammation. A lot of these so-called antioxidants, they're all bullshit. They're actually causing more harm than good. Thoughts on eating factory-raised pork? I haven't had pork for 14 years. So there's a reason for that, because I would never touch commercial food. So yeah, I haven't had pork for a long time, unless I can get pasture-raised, good quality, then I would never touch. I will never eat it. Same with chicken. I haven't had chicken for 15 years almost. Turmeric in food, good or not? It's okay, but the problem is, keep in mind, it does cause it is a stressor. It is a stressor on the body. So anything that causes stress in the body, it doesn't mean it's making you feel better. It causes stress. In return, the body will fire it off, and therefore you might feel good, but it doesn't mean that it's working. Just pop to say hi. Maurice, hope you and your family doing well, included to Duke. Thank you. I really appreciate you, Ahmed. How are you? Thank you so much for your kind message. Oh, wow, the phone is almost dead. Where do you get your food? I actually get it from the butcher directly. My German Shepherd hasn't been vaccinated either. She is 10 and never been sick, seen, or inside the vet. That's awesome, and that's why we need to keep going. We need that to keep going. Hold on. I'm gonna bring my charger here while I'm making the coffee, so I can charge it. So I can charge the phone so it doesn't die, because the phone is almost dead. And give me a sec, guys. We want to make sure we're not losing the call. Let me just plug it in for at least a few minutes. You do good. You have Duke as number one priority. He's your friend, your companion, 100%. 100%. Yeah. Like seriously, I don't even go to shops. I don't even go anywhere without, you know, I take them with me. If they don't let me into that store, and I'm being very serious. Like when I went to the city, it's funny. All the home hardwares, they allow dogs in, and there's one home hardware I wanted to go in and buy some stuff, and they wouldn't allow dogs in. They wouldn't allow Duke. So I'm like, you know what? You don't allow him in, I'm not gonna come back to your location. And I haven't went back. So I'm very straightforward with everybody when it comes down to that. Best way to reduce mucus in the body: stop dairy, stop anything that is hormonal food. Carnivore event in Langford, BC. Oh, how far is Langford from me? Probably like 4 hours, 5 hours. Who's holding the event? I should maybe come down, me and Duke. If you guys let Duke in, I'll come down. Maybe I'll drive. Langford, what is that, like 7-hour drive? I'll have to check the map. Renee, maybe send me a message, let me know. I wouldn't mind checking it out. I didn't know they have one in Canada. I should be part of it. If I can bring Duke with me. I'm sure we can make an exception. If you go there, there's like hundreds of people. I'll let Duke be wild and have fun with everybody. Is having even some mucus bad in the body? Yes, it is, because it's all actually it prevents certain what do you call it? It actually causes more of an inflammation factor more than anything. So how do I determine my protein to fat ratio? So 1 gram of protein equal to 4 calories. 1 gram of fat equal to 9 calories. So let's say, I'll give you an example. So let's say you weigh 150 grams, 150 pounds. So 150 grams, so you're taking 150 grams of protein. So that's, you take the 150 grams, you times it by 4 calories. I don't have a calculator with me, but you guys do the calculation. What is it, 600 calories as an example? Then you take 600 times it by 2, that's 1200. Take 1200 calories divided by 9. Yes, about 7 hours. It's an hour away from Vancouver. Okay, 7 hours. Wow. That's a 7-hour drive. Damn. Are you going there, Gozan? Best way to cure inflammation. Elimination diet. You said once about baking soda and salt before meal for stomach acid. With just salt water 15 minutes before meal helps stomach acid? It does, yeah. Just the baking soda does enhances the pH much better. You grind your own beans? Yes. That's the only way I can drink it. If it's already grinded, I would never touch it. Yeah, I'm making a cup of coffee right now. I want to enjoy it. Only if I be able to get it off from work. April 18, what day is that going to be under? Take a day off, Gozan. Maybe I'll meet you halfway. I just got to see if I can drive the full 7 hours. I got to spend like a day there or 2 days there with Duke. It's going to be tough for me to find a Airbnb. Did you say copper and zinc for hair loss? Yes. Will it actually make hair grow? Only if you do the peptide. Don't look into taking copper pills. Look into peptide copper. Can salt help with my GERD acid reflux? Yes. And I would actually take some hydrochloric acid. In what case would you suggest antibiotics? Never. You should never have to use antibiotics. You can use oregano oil, you can use berberine, all that stuff has antibacterial effect. But if you have to, or you have like a major infection, then sometimes you have to. Especially if you have like something in the tooth or something is really bad. Then after that, you just have to be on good probiotics for 90 days so your gut calms down again. What is your take on peptides? Been hearing, I've used peptides for a long time, so I can tell you a lot of things about them if you want to know. Maybe I call in sick. That'd be perfect. That'd be perfect. Call her in sick and that's it. But I gotta look into it. I didn't know they actually have one in Canada here. Because I get invited to a lot of shows in Canada for when it comes down to nutrition. There's a company called in Canada called Campriv. They actually invite me lots. And there's another company in the US called Berkeley Life for the nitrate. They invited me to Vegas and they invited me to 3 shows in the US. But I couldn't go. I just can't leave Duke alone. I couldn't just walk away from Duke and my chickens. It'll be tough. Tea contains oxalates. Yes, anti-nutrients, oxalates is going to affect your system big time. But only if you go. I'll have to find out. Let me know what day it is. And I got to see how far it is from here. How far of a drive. And I got to make sure I can take... I'm serious. I have to make sure I can... They will allow me to bring Duke in with me. If they do, then I'll probably go. But for me to actually leave Duke here, he won't stay. He'll actually go depressed. And it'll be tough. So loose tea with milk, no good. Not really, no. Like some of the teas are okay. They don't have that much anti-nutrient effect. Like, you know, maybe chamomile. It's not bad. Green tea. It's very rich in EGCG. It's not bad. It does put a little bit of stress in the body, but it does help with the glycocalyx. So there's certain ones, they have some benefit, but the majority, they don't. Oh, you're in Canada. Me too. Kawartha Lake, Ontario. Oh, you're up east. I'm up in the west section. But yeah, I'll find out in April 18 if they're having it in BC. So it's a driving distance for me. I'll call ahead of time. I'll find out if they can let me take Duke with me. He is a certified dog. Then I'll definitely probably make it into a trip, and hopefully I can find like an Airbnb to stay for a day or two. Breakfast worsen my ability to fall asleep by now. What is less wrong to eat to calm hunger in the middle of the night? Fat. The body thrives on fat at night, if that's what you mean. If you're waking up at 3 a.m., you're not having enough fat with the last meal of the day. Is tea better or coffee better for health? It's not whether tea or coffee are better. Each one has a different level of effect in the system. Because coffee as caffeine, it is a stimulant. And a stimulant is not healthy for the heart. I even thought on a lot of scientific papers, they claim that coffee prevents heart attacks and others, which is all bullshit. There's nothing proven. It's just more of a marketing to sell you more coffee and more drinks. When we actually look at the big picture, coffee and tea, they're one of the biggest billion-dollar industry available right now, and they got the public used to it so much that we need to drink something to kind of keep us going. But the moment you de-stimulate your brain, you don't need either or. None of them are actually good for you. Sometimes with the tea, they do have some benefit for specific things, but the amount of benefit is so minimal. Like even like Andrew was saying here, he's looking at a specific tea that's high in L-theanine. The question is how much L-theanine is in it, and is it actually hitting our brain at the right level to actually feel the effects? So let's say if 1 cup of tea contains 100 milligrams of L-theanine, but the body requires 200 milligrams of L-theanine to be in the active dopamine, happiness mode, relaxation. If you're only getting 100 milligrams from that tea, but by the time you absorb it, you're only absorbing 10 to 20%, are you really getting the benefit from it, or are you just wasting money on a product? So same thing with the coffee. You know, are you really getting anything from it other than a stimulant? Probably not. Do I drink it to give me energy? No, I drink it because I like the flavor. That's it. Is it hurting me? Oh yeah, it is hurting me. It's depleting my magnesium, my potassium, my vitamin B1, my calcium, and my phosphorus. Is it going to be an issue long term? Yes, it is going to be an issue long term unless I actually fulfill these missing gaps. So that's how you have to actually think of everything. But there's no drinks out there that will actually make you healthier or better out there. It's just all more money grabbers. Do you drink just plain water? Water with salt, yes, not by itself. Unless it's the spring water. I'm trying to have my last meal by 4 p.m. latest. I still get hungry at 9 p.m. What should I do? Well, it depends. Your meals maybe not big enough. See, my last meal of the day is 2 p.m. I eat at 2 p.m. and I sleep about 9, and I'm not hungry because my meal is big enough to actually last me all the way through. It depends on the size of the meal. What can be done about gastritis? Connect with me on Skool. Seriously, connect with me on Skool, Gian, and we can talk about it. And I'll have some good, valuable information I can teach you, and you can educate people down the road with it. Because for me to kind of give you just a bare answer on YouTube, it's not gonna help you at all. And I hate giving bare answers because you can use you can use certain things against you, or you might feel a satisfaction because you have to apply certain things. If the diet is not working, there's no supplement out there that will actually help. And if you're not willing to adapt on a good carnivore diet with a proper intake of fat ratios, you're not really giving your body a chance to heal. So I'm gonna blend the coffee with some MCT oil. Usually don't have MCT oil much, but we're gonna have some. Make it taste good. Give me a second, guys. Is butter or heavy cream okay for fat or just fatty meats? If you have good clearance, it's okay to have them. If you don't have good clearance, I'd rather you stick to fatty meats, so getting your fat from solid food than liquid food. Are supplements good overall, or should we stop them? It's not whether supplements are good or bad. They have their usage based on what deficiencies you have and based on your diet. So let's say you eat on a carnivore diet, but you cannot tolerate organs and you're missing a lot of vitamin B, and the vitamin B comes from organs. So you might have to supplement because you're not capable of eating certain organ meats. Give me a second. Let me just blend this very fast. Cheers. Best type and source for natural shampoo and body soap. What do you use? I wash my hair with salt water, and I have a specific soap that comes from Africa. It's a natural soap that has shea butter, and that's what I use for soap. And usually I have 3 left, and I can't get them here in Canada anymore. So I'll have to see if I can get them from Amazon. Maybe I'll share the exact info on Skool, Andrew. Remind me, please. I'll share that. And yeah, my hair, I only wash it with water and salt. That's it. Yerba mate for a hot drink versus tea, coffee. Yerba mate is okay. It's just it has a tendency to actually cause more constriction on your arteries compared to coffee. So some people tend to actually have high blood pressure from it. Yes, having liver every day of at least a couple of ounces a day. So that's how you can get like one of the most powerful copper for your hair, Harris. Yes. How often do you get your blood tested, and which test? I was supposed to get one done in Christmas when I went to the city, but they were overly booked. So I have to wait maybe when I go down in March. I'll pre-book. I usually do about 3 different blood tests. And the only reason I do 3 blood tests because sometimes they mess up. So I'm going to do like a blood test on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to see if there's any changes. But yes. to see what everything's at. Your cross. Oh, the cross. Thank you. I have lots. I like them. This one is actually it's cedar, made from cedar wood. It's nice. Maybe so. How much salt should I put in my water to get rid of acid reflux? 1/4 teaspoon. Could you please give me some pointers on how to cure gastritis, please? Send me the message on a video. I'll write you some info, basic info for sure. Why is my mouth dry and sticky, especially after eating on carnivore? It's nothing to do with the carnivore. It's something to do with your digestive enzymes. I'll have to know a little bit more information than what you just given me. I don't know how long you've been doing it for. I don't know the type of food you're eating. I don't know the type of fat, commercial, grass-fed. I need to know a lot more than that. And it shouldn't be sticky. Sticky is something going on with the fat usually, or your bacteria in the mouth that are not being active. Do you need deodorant on carnivore? In the beginning, yes. It will take you roughly about 3 years to detoxify from the chemicals you used to use before. So this is what I currently use. I know I was gonna talk about this last time because somebody sent me a message. Well, Maurice, what do you use so we can actually buy one? So I use the stone. It's a stone for underarm. So you get it wet and you use that on your underarm. That's it. It's a nice little stone. You can buy this in the Middle East for like $1. Here, I had to actually look for one. They sell it for like 20 bucks for the damn thing. But it lasts you, I've had this for like 6 years, I think. Is that 8 ounces of water would be good off you. What do you feed Duke? Eggs and meat and bones. That's it. Salt, a stick for deodorant. Yes. Yeah, you can definitely use that. Okay, thank you. Now use that too. Oh, perfect. I use Talo soap and Talo moisturizer. I have some Talo moisturizer. It was actually sent to me as a gift. I haven't opened it yet. If someone had told me I would be doing this a few years ago, I would have laughed at them. It's true. It's true how we actually overthink stuff sometimes, or we actually see other things. La Leaf Salt Stick. We sell Cairo Clinic for $8. Oh, nice. And yet they made me. I got this for like, and this I've had. This is my second one, but the first one, I dropped it and it broke. But yeah, I had to pay like $20 for this damn thing. And when I was overseas a long time ago, they would actually sell this for $1. So you can see how much money they make. It's crazy. Conscious Awake now. We should actually connect. Maybe I'll buy some from you for $8. Is that only salt as a deodorant? Yes, that's the only thing I use for deodorant. How do I use the breath trainer? The inhale and exhale? Oh, I know it's a ripoff. They make like so much freaking money off of us on some of this stuff, right? It's crazy. What are you drinking? Looks tasty. This is coffee, and I blend it with 1 tablespoon, sometimes 2 tablespoons of MCT oil, caprylic acid 8, and I blend it for about 10 seconds. And it's actually, it gives it like a nice creamy flavor, and I like it. It has a very, enhances the bitterness of it, which is good. I'll send you some, no charge. Oh, that would be nice. Appreciate that. Thank you. Let's connect for sure. Would be awesome. Yes, it's crazy how much they charge on some of this stuff, and it's just so simple, right? A crystal deodorant stick. Just any MCT. So the MCT I use is caprylic acid 8. So there's a mix, caprylic acid 8 and 10. 8 and 10, I find it it takes a long time for the liver to use for energy as ketones. So the 8 is a lot faster, but you have to start very, very slow, like 1/4 teaspoon, or else it can give you soft stool effect. How do we make the liver and kidney stronger and healthier? Eat meat, and that's it, and salt, and that's it. I'm eating lion diets, grass-fed. I've been doing carnivore diet for over a month now, and I'm just wondering if a dry and sticky mouth will resolve itself. Yeah, it will. You're just way too early. Seriously, you're way too early in the game. More symptoms will show up after 90 days as well too, Jay. So be patient. Just make sure you're not overdoing the fat, and make sure you keep the ratio consistent. Once the body trusts you, things will start to stable. If a person eat clean, their body will not smell bad. 100%. It's the same thing, the way that, our bowel movement. If you go every 4 days because there isn't much waste to be exported out, the smell of the body, the toilet, the wash. It's funny how everything changes. When I adapted this 12 years ago, within 3 months, 4 months after, the cost of toilet paper goes down, the cost of food goes down, the cost of synthetics goes down, the cost of everything just keeps dropping, dropping, dropping. So yes, you become such a simple person, calmer, grounded, and yet you feel so much thankful and grateful that, wow, all these other things were stressing you because you have to work so hard to make money to buy more things. But yet when you go on a carnivore diet, everything becomes so simplified. Hey, probably consuming too much fat. I think he does have that issue with consuming too much fat, because a lot of people do that. And every time I say to somebody, you have to kind of stick with a 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 ratio, they're looking at it from the gram point of view, and you should be looking at it from the calorie point of view. But a lot of the issue that we tend to see with a lot of the symptoms in the beginning is that so much fat consumption is just, that's the thing. Like, I get questions thrown at me on YouTube right now without very much detail. So it's very hard for me to kind of break things down into details. Thoughts on nice and flush, take it for heart. Yeah, 100%. It will actually lower your LDL, lower your triglyceride, lower your LP small a, increase your HDL, and it prevents LDL from oxidizing. Let's check the phone. Sorry, I just have it on the charge. Okay, so we got 40%. We can still talk for another 20 minutes. That's why I'm sitting here in the kitchen, and I want to sit outside with Duke. Cup in the morning? No, I will not keep you. It depends how sensitive you are to coffee. Is eating only eggs and ground beef okay long term? Hey, trust me, Wonder. I don't know. Sorry. So eating eggs and beef, yes, that's all I eat every day. I eat about 6 eggs a day. As you can see, I get them from my chicken, and I eat the ground beef every single day. Last year I ran out of meat. For 2 months, all I ate was like 22, 24 eggs every single day. So nothing wrong with that. Did you know that when a person has a second degree burn, in the hospital, all they feed the person is about 24 to 30 eggs to actually heal his tissue? So you can see how powerful eggs are. Gaining weight on carnivore, you're overeating fat and you're not actually activating your clearance correctly. Dry fasting better or not advice? It depends. It depends on your goal. Stress and fasting in general is quite stressful on the body. So doing it even with no water and no electrolytes, you're actually causing more stress on a stressed body. The question is, what is the role behind it? What is your goal behind it? Unless you have a bidet, you will save money on expensive toilet paper and saving on food as well, because all you need is meat, eggs, no carbs, no processed food. I only eat cucumber once in a while. Cheers to that, Sandra. And having a bidet would be good. Yes, no more toilet paper. That's it. And it's funny how you never know. A lot of these toilet papers, they could be traces of certain chemicals in there to actually vaccinate most of us. It's gonna be everywhere. We're all gonna be vaccinated somehow. It's crazy. It's hard leaving all processed foods. I've started my journey. It's hard, especially when family have it. It's okay when family have it. All the family have it beside me. When I go on Christmas, you think all my family eat good. I'm the only one who actually eats carnivore. And 12 years, it was not easy the first year, but after that year, you just don't care. You feel good about yourself. You continue doing it. Ghost rules, 100%. Oh, it's amazing. It's amazing. When we were eating like processed, or even when I was plant-based for 7, 8 years, and eating, just vegetables and fruits, you go to the toilet and you just sit there for an hour trying to push and clean yourself and all that. Now on a carnivore, you go in there, not even like 2 minutes, you're done, you come out, everything's like perfectly clean. And that's how it should be. It's funny how our system got manipulated. Hello, Maurice. How many taurine per day after every meal? Let me show you guys my little beautiful mountain view. Ah, yeah. There you go. There's my beautiful view. So one of the retreats will be like sitting here, so you guys have that view. Any diet advice for someone who had bad trauma injury with metal screws and metal plates in the bones? Any diet advice? Yeah, just eat simple. What is simple? Meat and eggs. That's it. That's gonna be my thing go-to. Meat and eggs. Eat based on your biology, not ideology. So you have nothing from a packet, no processed at all, not even homemade cakes, nothing, zero. 12 years, been clean, never felt better. And people tell me, well, you don't look as healthy or whatever. Trust me, don't look at the skin, don't look at how visually the person looks, because sometimes we've all gone through a lot of stressful life, and some of us still have personal stress and have certain family issues and certain things, and sometimes we don't sleep, and sometimes we don't adapt to certain environments, and sometimes we have responsibilities. But when it comes down to food and clearness in your brain and feeling calm, that's what counts, because that means you're capable of doing much better and much more. There's bleach on paper towel and toilet paper. Needs to become carnivore. He's having problem with his phone. I heard that, but no, it is a lot of this stuff. Where does it come from? Think about it. It's all recycled paper that we're actually using to wipe ourselves with. Are dates okay to have as a nice little sugar bomb? 100%. It's very loaded in sugar. It's gonna hit your kidneys quite hard. How to stop having sugar craving? Increase your fat and salt intake. What do you think about sour fermented beetroot? I'm not a huge fan of anything fermented, unless it's meat fermented. People are so brainwashed to think we have to shop at grocery stores. Find a local butcher and farmer. That's all you really need. 100%. We need to get that word out there. We need to people realize that all you need is a butcher, a farmer, and that's it. A local farmer that you can actually support, and not support the corporates. Imagine going like 1,000 years, and going back 1,000 years, where each one of us had their own farm, their own animals. We had our own meat. We had our own eggs. We never had to go to a supermarket and buy a whole bunch of bullshit. But since agriculture took over, we became dependent on them, and we lost of being simple, and we all got forced to actually get jobs and pay taxes and do so much that life became so complicated. The moment you wake up every morning, you're so stressed that you have to get dressed and get to work, and you have to be there by specific times so you can actually survive. And we lost the ability to actually live like a normal human being. Maurice, you will always look great. Just smile. You can have any young pretty girls. Your IQ and intelligence is a huge part of your look. Thank you. I really appreciate that comment. Thank you so much, Sandra. I'm trying. I gotta re-dye my beard because it's quite white. Fermented foods are also high in histamine too. Yes, 100%. Very high histamine, and a lot of people have issues with them. They sold us lies. We have been sold lies and bullshit, and the problem is we're the first generation to actually wake up to it, because our parents' generation didn't really feel it much, because they kind of got used to the idea of waking up and going to work and doing a whole bunch of stuff. We're the first generation to actually fully being awake toward how our life should be lived. And I wish we can even target 1% of the population. We haven't even hit that surface yet. Thanks for your time today, Maurice. See you in school. Sounds good. We'll definitely see you there. Wow, I've been talking for 2 hours. Guys, you guys have 10 more minutes and I'm done because I have to go chop some wood and fix my water so I can have good flowing water. 10 more minutes. 10 more minutes and I'll go and I'll see you guys next Sunday. If you guys want to see me more live on Skool, you guys are more than welcome to join. 6 eggs with 50 grams butter and 1 kilogram of beef, 80-20 enough for a 90 kilogram. So 1 kilogram, so roughly about 2 pounds, so that's about 200 grams of protein. Oh yeah, you're eating enough. You're getting good amount. 1 kilogram of ground beef, that's what I eat a day. 6 eggs, yeah, 100%. 100%. Yeah, you are on the right track. I eat roughly around that much as well too. 6 to 8 eggs and I get about 2 pounds. So you're close to about a kilogram of meat, yeah. And I weigh way more or less than you. I try to kind of consume 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of body weight, and you're already hitting that. White and gray in beard are not a turn-off. Thank you, Audrey. Do not dye beard. Be as you are. Your intelligence is the draw. Oh, 100%. Thank you. I appreciate you for that. I like to dye it just because sometimes it's like, I definitely want to shave and I need a freaking haircut, but I can't find the local hairdresser that we have here. I've gone twice to her so far and twice she hasn't showed up. And I hate going to town just to wait there for 30 minutes. She doesn't show up and I'm back home. And the only reason I need to cut my hair because it is messy, especially when I'm making, videos for you guys. I gotta look a little bit more presentable. Why do I feel bad when I fermented food? From the histamine. Thank you, Maurice. You're amazing. Cheers, Beth. Thank you. Where is the Skool? How do I find out and join? There's a link within the description to join. If anybody can share the link would be great. Or you can actually go to the video description. It is going to be there. I just cannot share it right now because I'm doing the live chat. What do I tell my butcher? Leave half fat to meat. It depends whether it's grass-fed or not. But let's say if it is grass-fed, yes, just don't tell him to leave half the fat because he's gonna end up overcharging you. So just keep it as it is, and always buy extra suet. So ask for suet. You look good. Don't sweat it. Cheers. Thank you. You look great. Don't worry about the length of your hair. Thank you, guys. I really appreciate you for all the kind comments. Hi, Maurice. Your videos really helped me fix the dizziness I was having when standing up on carnivore diet. Thank you so much. That's an awesome win, Ricky. I'm glad to hear that. And I'm glad that it's helping you. Hey, Duke, where's the ball? Where's the green ball? You lost it? Let's see where the ball is. I can't find it. How much? Too much liver? 1 kilo a week? So if we're eating about average technically it's about 6 ounces a day, or you do about 6 ounces every other day of liver. I eat about, like right now I haven't had liver for 2 weeks. I just got my liver load yesterday. Here, let's go get it from the freezer. I was supposed to have some today. And I'll show you how mine comes in a big freaking bag from the butcher. And it's funny, like he doesn't slice it for me or anything, so he gives me a whole bag, and a whole bag is 5 kilograms. So I get about 10 kilograms from him. And sometimes I hate it because I'll have to defrost it slightly, cut it up, rebag it, and it's a pain. But I'll show you how mine comes in. When I go to the city, one of the butchers that I know, he actually cuts them into steaks for me. This guy, he just puts everything in one freaking bag, which is I don't like. Maurice, you look strong and healthy. Most people are used to seeing you people with 5% body fat. America's average 30 plus. Cheers, man. Thank you. I really appreciate you guys. I'm trying. I can't wait for the summertime so we can start to train while we're talking as well. So I'll give you guys some good guidelines on training. because you guys can see my gym. I don't know if you see it. I haven't used it yet because it's been really cold in the container. So that's why I wanted to build a small attachment to the house so I can put the gym in it. So we can actually work out. So there's my unit there. And I got my little lights. Duke, you want a bone? Let's give Duke a bone. Give me a second, guys. Let me cut him a bone. There's a bag full. A small one. This one, Duke. You want this one? Here, take this one. Take that one. Yeah, go have fun. So I'll show you guys the liver that I get. I don't like it, but that's the way it comes. There we go. So this is 5 kilograms of liver, beef liver. I have another place in the city where I go to. I get lamb and beef liver, but the problem is the guy sliced them to me in steak. So this one is like one whole bag of just liver. So I have to actually slice them all. You're training like Rocky and Ricky. We're trying, but it's so freaking cold in there. Sometimes I go in there, I jump and I start actually moving fast so I can warm up, but it's tough when it's very cold. There's so much moisture in there. And there's my little punching bag there and my little chin-up bar. Which exercise are good for heart health? 10K or more steps? Zone 2. Zone 2. 4 times a week. That's the best exercise for your heart. So this liver here, about 5 kilograms, I'll split it between me, Duke, and the chickens. If I start to get sick of the liver, because I can't feed liver too much to Duke, what happens is if you overfeed liver to your dog, will actually mess with his thyroid. So you guys have to be careful. So I would give him as much as I could. And if I'm starting to get sick of it, then I actually feed it to the chicken. So I get the benefit from the eggs. Have a great day, Maurice. We all think you're handsome. Never worry about your hair or beard. Just keep focusing on your hair or beard. Joining your school today will be interesting. High five, cheers. Sandra, thank you. So I'll have some liver. There's my yak meat. This is 1 pound for lunch. We got fresh eggs, so that's what we're gonna end up having. And we'll see how this liver tastes like. Hopefully it's good. I'm not a big fan anymore when I get it from that farmer. I might change. This is the last time I'll buy it from him, because usually I like it to be sliced. It's much easier because to defrost it and repackage it and redo it is just, it's not about the time consuming. It's just I don't like to actually refreeze after I defrost certain things. The flavor tend to actually change a bit. Does too much liver in one sitting increase excessive bile release? Well, protein increases bile release, so that's why what happens is when you eat liver in one sitting, you will actually feel sleepy, tired, and don't feel like moving much, because it puts a lot of stress on your gallbladder as well too. It's not because of the fat, it's the amount of cholesterol that has to be actually absorbed. And usually that's what happens. So that's why, like anytime, because organ, especially liver, it is quite dense. You're gonna have no more than about 4 ounces, 6 ounces. If you're gonna have a pound of liver, I've eaten a lot of times a pound of liver. You don't wanna have that no more than maybe once or maybe twice a week at max. And usually if I'm drinking water, when you see me drinking water, guys, and I don't put any minerals, because I use the Aussie Trace minerals as well too for drops, so I can get my other if I don't want it to be too salty, for example. With no gallbladder, so the only downfall about no gallbladder, you're not gonna be able to break down fat as good. But the problem is because you can't eat certain foods or absorb and digest certain foods, you still want to eat something that is quite dense nutrients. So I would highly still recommend eating, good amount of protein because it is good for tissue damage and it is gonna actually satisfy you. And you can have a little bit of fat because keep in mind, even if you have no gallbladder, your liver still produces bile, but not as powerful. So you don't want to overconsume fat because if you overconsume fat, it was gonna cause a lot of stress, and you have to take ox bile or taurine to actually help. Cheers, Maurice. Have a great week ahead. Thanks for all you do. Cheers. Appreciate you. Thank you so much for your comments and your kindness as well too. You too as well. That's what I use. Aussie. Yes, it is Aussie Trace Minerals. Yes. What are the drops called? Aussie Trace Minerals. I have it on my website. I have the link there. I think you get like a 10% discount. I lost 35 kilograms on Carnivore and went below my ideal weight, but then kept on losing. I did met my fat and protein goals, but started jogging. So you will eventually hit a specific level once your body feels safety. How many organs together per week? Heart, liver, kidneys, apple cider vinegar is okay. Yeah, 100%. Kidneys play a huge role. Kidneys are really, really good, especially if you're the type of person who has a lot of histamine issue. Kidneys are gonna help you quite a bit. I have no gallbladder, but I can eat a good amount of fat with no problems. Yeah, if your poop is not floating or anything like that, then your body's probably used to it and your liver is producing enough bile, so you should be fine. But yeah, stick to protein and fat. That would be your ideal intake of food. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stay 5 more minutes because the phone is gonna die again. If you guys haven't really had a chance to join my school, would be great. I know I do charge for it just because I do give a lot of valuable examples, and we have more than 50 people joined and tons of comments, tons of good wins and feedback. So I guide everybody, and I know it takes a lot of my time, but I'm trying to kind of help everyone at the same time, which is makes it easier for me to actually assist everyone with proper information, and we can actually get to share blood work and everything together as well too. In the meantime, you guys take care because I'm gonna go play with Duke a little bit and do some wood cutting before I go back in there. Enjoy the sun because we haven't had no sun for almost weeks, so today is gonna be a good day for me to recharge and feel great. Love much, Maurice. See you in school soon. New recruit, thank you, appreciate you. It's minimal charge, your health is priceless. Join Maurice's school, great way to support him. Thank you, I really appreciate you. Gozan, thanks a lot, Maurice, to your time and valuable information. You guys have a good weekend. Duke, wish you guys all the best, and definitely, guys, you keep me updated and have a great Sunday. Cheers. Duke, you want to say bye to everybody? Come here. Come. You want to say bye? Yeah? Is that how we say bye? Okay. See you later, bud.